Chapter 3 discusses how companies use information system to gain a competitive advantage. In case of GearUp's strategy, the system provides lowest price item on the web. To do so, it needs to keep costs as low as possible. An information system that tracks expense of working with vendor would help selecting better vendor. Those GearUp information system are not supporting its strategy well. Chapter 3 study question. Question 1. How does organizational strategy determine information system structure? Question 2. What 5 forces determine industry structure? Question 3. How does analysis of industry structure determine competitive strategy? Question 4. How does competitive strategy determine value chain structure? Question 5. How do business processes generate value? Question 6. How does competitive strategy determine business processes and the structure of information system? Question 7. How do information systems provide competitive advantages? Question 8. MIS in 2024. According to the definition of MIS, information system exists to help organizations achieve their strategies. An organization goal and objective are determined by its competitive strategy. Therefore, ultimately, competitive strategy determines the structure, features, and function of every information system. Figure 3.1 summarizes this situation. In short, organizations examine the structure of their industry and determine business processes. The structure of business processes determine the design of supporting information system. Michael Porter, one of the key researchers and thinkers in competitive analysis, developed 3 different models that can help you understand the element of Figure 3.1. We begin with 5 forces model that is summarized in Figure 3.2. According to this model, 5 competitive forces determine industry portability. They are: number 1, bargaining power of customer; number 2, threat of substitution; number 3, bargaining power of supplier; number 4, threat of new entrants; and number 5, rivalry among existing firms. Figure 3.3 provides the strong and weak example of each of those forces. Figure 3.4 illustrates GearUp analysis of these 5 forces. The 2 strongest forces are from customers and rivalry. It responds to customer force is by providing the lowest price for goods to be found anywhere. In response to the rivalry, is to keep its customer attention focused on GearUp by compelling emails. Porters follow his 5 forces model with the model of 4 competitive strategies in Figure 3.5. According to Porter, firms engage in one of these 4 strategies. An organization can focus on being the cost leader, or it can focus on differentiating its product or services from those of the competition. Further, the organization can employ the cost of differentiation strategy across an industry, or it can focus its strategy on a particular industry segment. According to Porter, to be effective, the organization goal, objective, culture, and activities must be consistent with the organization strategy. This means that all information systems in the organization must reflect and facilitate the organization strategy. Organizations analyze the structure of their industry, and using that analysis, they formulate a competitive strategy. They then need to organize and structure the organization to implement that strategy. If, for example, the competitive strategy is to be cost leader, then business activities need to be developed to provide essential function at the lower possible cost. A business that selects a differentiation strategy would not necessarily structure itself around the least cost activities. Instead, such a business might choose to develop more costly processes, but it would do so if those processes provide benefit that outweigh their costs. Porter defines value as the amount of money that a customer is willing to pay for a resource, product, or service. The difference between the value that an activity generates and the cost of the activity is called margin. A business with a differentiation strategy will add cost to an activity only as long as the activity has a positive margin. A value chain is a network of value-creating activities. The generic chain consists of 5 primary activities and 4 support activities. Primary activities in the value chains. In Figure 3.6, first manufacturer acquires raw material using the inbound logistic activity. In the operation activity, the manufacturer transforms raw material into finished product, a process that adds more value. Next, the company uses the outbound logistics activity to deliver the finished good to a customer. Of course, there is no customer send the product to without marketing and sales value activity. Finally, the service activity provides customer support to the product users. The support activity and the generic value chains contribute indirectly to the production, sale, and service of the product. They include procurement, which consists of the processes of finding vendors, setting up contractual arrangement, and negotiating prices. This is different from inbound logistics, which is concerned with ordering and receiving in accordance with agreement set up by procurement. Porters define technology broadly. It includes research and development, but it also includes other activities within the firm for developing new techniques, methods, and procedures. Porter defines human resources as recruiting, compensation, evaluation, and training of full-time and part-time employees. Finally, firm infrastructure includes general management, finance, accounting, legal, and government affairs. Support functions add value and they also have costs. In Figure 3.6, supporting activities contribute to a margin. In case of supporting activities, it will be difficult to calculate the margin. Porter's model of business activities includes linkage, which are interaction across value activities. For example, manufacturing system uses linkage to reduce inventory costs. Such a system uses sales forecasts to plan production. It then uses the production plan to determine raw material needs and then uses the material needs to schedule purchase. The end result is just-in-time inventory, which reduces inventory size and costs. By describing value chain and their linkage, Porter started a movement to create integrated, cross-departmental business system. Over time, Porter's work led to the creation of a new discipline called business process design. The central idea is that organizations should not automate or improving existing functional systems. Rather, they should create new, more efficient business processes that integrate the activities of all departments involved in a value chain. A business process is a network of activities that generate value by transforming inputs into output. The cost of the business process is the cost of the inputs plus the cost of the activities. The margin of the business process is the value of the output minus the cost. Business processes vary in cost and effectiveness. In fact, the streamlining of business processes to increase margin or add value, reduce costs, or both is key to competitive advantage. Changing business processes is not easy to do. Most process design requires people to work in new ways, to follow different procedure, and employees often resist such change. Figure 3.10 shows a business process for renting bicycles. The value-generating activities are shown in the top of the table, and the implementation of those activities for two companies with different competitive strategies is shown in row below. The first company has chosen a competitive strategy of low-cost rental to students. The second company has chosen a differentiation strategy. It provides best-of-breed rentals to executive high-end conference resorts. Notice that his company has designed its business processes to ensure superb service. To achieve a positive margin, it must ensure that the value added will exceed the cost of providing the service. Now, consider the information system required for these business processes. The student rental business uses a shoebox of its data facility. The only computer, software, and data component in its business is the machine provided by its bank for processing credit card transaction. The high service business make extensive use of information system as shown in figure 3.11. It has a sales tracking database that tracks past customer rental activity and an inventory database that is used to select and upsell bicycle rentals as well as to control bicycle inventory with a minimum of hassle to its high-end customers. So bottom line is that organizations analyze their industry and choose a competitive strategy. Given that strategy, they design business processes that span value-generating activities. Those processes determine the scope and requirement of each organizational information system. Some of competitive techniques are created via products and services, and some are created via the development of business processes. Competitive advantage via product. Organizations gain a competitive advantage by creating new products or services, by enhancing existing products or services, and by differentiating their product or services and services from those of their competitors. Information systems create competitive advantage either as a part of product or by providing support to a product. Competitive advantage via business processes. Organization can lock in customer by making it difficult or expensive for customer to switch to another product. This strategy, sometimes called establishing high switching costs. Organization can lock in supplier by making it difficult to switch to another organization, or in a positive note, by making it easy to connect to and work with the organization through information system. Competitive can be gained by creating entry barrier that make it difficult and expensive for new competition to enter the market. Another means to gain competitive advantage is to establish alliances with other organizations. Such alliances establish standards, promote product awareness and needs, develop market size, reduce purchasing costs, and provide other benefits. Finally, organization can gain competitive advantage by reducing costs. Such reduction enable the organization to reduce price or to increase profitability. Example of company that successfully uses information system superior services to gain competitive advantages. A company maintains customer account data that include not only the customer name, address, and billing information, but also data about the people, organization, and location to which the customer ship. If customer is using the web form to schedule a shipment, the customer can select from a drop-down list the name of companies he and she has shipped in the past. When the customer clicks any shipment destination, the underlying information system reads the customer contact data from database. The data consists of names, addresses, and phone number of recipient from past shipment. The customer then selects a contact name and the system inserts that contact name, address, and other data into the form using data from the database. Thus, the system saves customer from having to re-enter data for people to whom they have shipped in the past. Providing data in this way also reduces data entry error. The information system also helps to differentiate the organization package delivery service from competitors that do not have similar system. Since the organization information system reduces the amount of work when scheduling a shipment, customer will be locked by this system. If the customer wants to change to a different shipper, he or she will need to rekey recipient data for that new shipper. The disadvantages for rekeying data may well outweigh any advantage of switching to another shipper. In summary, how does this system create a competitive advantage? Number one, enhances existing product. Number two, differentiate product. Number three, locks in customer. Number four, raise barrier to market entry. Number five, increase profit margins by decreasing costs and decreasing error. In 2024, the USA faces a daunting fiscal challenge. A major factor is that the baby boomers are retiring and will make exponentially increasing financial demand on Medicare and medical services. Just as information systems provide ways for companies to reduce costs, so too it can provide ways to reduce medical costs. However, no government, including the US government, has ever been a leader in implementing innovative systems. The risk and reward does not favor risk-taking by government employees. The situation is quite different for companies that support government functions such as Medicare and related programs. So, if you are looking for growth opportunities involving technology in the next 10 years, one great place to look is companies that support health and government management healthcare. For example, consider companies that find innovative ways in providing information services to healthcare and government organizations or solve customer problems created by such organizations. Many retired baby boomers complain that they cannot keep up with what medical bills they have received. Which one have been paid by Medicare? Which one have been paid by supplemental insurance? Or which one haven't been paid at all? A startup company could offer a web-based service to track those expenses. This sort of business that is likely to be thriving by 2024. This concludes Chapter 3.